Hey, I'm Chad with Crosse Archery, and I'm just hanging out with my new friend Ernie from Tethrd. Ernie's going to show us all about saddle hunting and why their product is amazing.
Sure, guys. Some of you might be familiar with Tethrd. If not, we're fairly new into this game in the last couple of years, but we've developed a line of saddles that basically will allow you to change the way you hunt and make yourself more mobile, more efficient, lightweight, bigger, better, faster type of a deal, and get you more opportunities and a different tool that you can put into your toolbox so that you can access and hunt your deer in ways that maybe you hadn't been able to before.
One thing I would say too, Ernie, is this is more comfortable than any tree stand harness or even a climbing harness I've ever put on. Like you said, down to your knees, hands in here. You could easily take a nap if you wanted to. I mean, just so many different ways to get comfortable. If you get uncomfortable, you can shift everything. You can move around.
Sure.
I mean, this is just an amazing product.
Well, and the thing is, the biggest question we always get, is it comfortable? Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's very comfortable. But here's the deal, and this is a reality of any kind of a hunt. Nobody who has sat in any kind of a hunting device from dark to dark stays comfortable the whole time.
No.
You're gonna end up with pressure points. Even if, let's say, you're in your most comfortable ladder stand, after a while you'll find yourself leaning on one cheek, leaning on the other.
Yeah.
You start bouncing your foot, you stand up, because portions of your body aren't made to sit still for that long with pressure that long.
Right.
A saddle's no different, right? Yeah. There are places that after a while you're going to feel that pressure, but the beautiful thing about a saddle is little changes in your setup can make big differences in where that pressure is and how you feel it. So let's say I'm sitting in this exact position here for a little while and I decide I need to change it up a little bit. A couple of inches of change right here, and now I've just changed the angle of my body and I've adjusted the pressure and I've changed where things are pulling for and how they're doing. I just bought myself 2 more hours of comfort.
Right, which is big, especially if you're hunting a rut, something like that, where you want to stay out all day because you don't want to miss that big opportunity. That's a great advantage.
Yeah, it's fully customizable for every user. That's the other beautiful thing about saddle hunting is there's not a one size fits all, one shoe for everything. Everybody takes it so personal, and everybody's going to have that little bit of tolerance that they like.
Right.
For me, I like having my tether kind of between my eyes and my chin.
Okay.
I like to run my bridge at a certain length. I like to have my feet at a certain place. That might not work for you.
Right.
The trick is get your saddle, play with it, find out what works for you, and do it like we are. We're a foot above the ground right now.
Right.
So that when get this all dialed in, you're not trying to learn it 20 feet up in the air in the dark.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not going to be successful. You're not going to have fun if you're struggling to figure out what fits on the day you're actually supposed to be hunting.
Right. Yeah, you definitely want to throw it up and just screw around with it and everything.
Within an hour or two in your yard, you'll have it nailed down.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Can you just show us some of the different shooting angles you can have?
Sure. If I can ask you just to hop out for 1 second.
You betcha.
Because I'm going to kind of go over that. I'm a southpaw, so you're going to kind of have to bear with me as far as what it might look backwards to you.
Right.
Okay? For me, I tend to sit like this, and I try to keep, if I'm looking at the tree like the face of a clock, okay? For me, my easiest shots are going to be noon to call it 5 o'clock, because I don't even have to move. I can grab my bow, kind of pivot my hips, so that I can get my bridge and everything out of the way.
Yep.
The trick is to make sure that I keep this bridge in front of me and the bow's out to my side. But from here to here, I barely have to move, right? So that's the gimme shot, right?
Yep.
In a traditional stand, when you're sitting with your back to the tree, it's the same thing. In front of you, off to this side, those are your nice and easy gimme shots.
Yep.
Where the saddle really shines is the not so gimme shots. So what some people will say is, well, the tree's in my way. I can't do anything, right?
Yep.
Well, I can use this rope as a pivot, and I can use this to kind of swing. Now, you don't have to do it fast, but I can swing and pivot my hips, and all of a sudden, I'm right to here, right? So I've been able to accomplish a shot all the way over to, call it 10 o'clock.
Right.
I can also, just by pivoting my feet and my hips, come right back to that 10 o'clock shot.
I mean, you have 360 degrees of shots.
Yes.
There's not a shot that you can't take.
You can shoot anywhere on here once you're comfortable and once you trust the system and you kind of learn those moves. pivot your hips, and I put my hip against the tree so that I can get to these angles.
Right.
Once you learn to manipulate your bridge, you can see it sliding through the carabiner. As I twist my hips,
and
it
it's
makes
quiet. Like
dead
you're not
quiet.
going to hear that shift.
Yeah,
that slides nice.
Exactly. And so you're able to make all those shots. There's no way, if you're in a traditional tree stand, if something comes in behind you. So let's pretend I have a tree behind me in a traditional tree stand. I've only got 270 degrees of usable space to work with. Anything behind me, I either have to wait for that deer to move into an area, or if it turns and walks away, I'm out of luck. For this, if something comes in behind me, it's an easy pivot to get to it. That deer doesn't have a place that he can go that I can't get to.
Right.
Now you may have to do some movement, you may have to do some spinning around the tree and etc. But I'd rather do that movement than not have the option at all.
Correct. Right.
So there's a lot
you have
of
the
things.
opportunity to take that shot. Where a regular tree stand you would not.
Yes.
So what are some accessories that you guys also offer? It looks like a bow hook.
Yeah. So up here on top, what I've got is this is our his strap, and it's basically an accessory hanger.
Yep.
It doubles with just a simple carabiner clip with a hook.
Yep.
That gives you an option to hang in your bow right on there.
Yep.
And that's where my bow lives during a normal hunt.
Right.
The other thing it does, if you hold on to that for 2 seconds, I'm going to rotate this. The tail end of our his strap is made so that you can hang your backpack off it.
Okay.
So the nice thing about facing the tree is I can have my backpack on my weak side, the non-bow side, which for me is over here, and I can have the top of the backpack open, and I've got a dump pouch that I can put stuff in, I can work in, but it's on the side of the tree that I don't really get to shoot anyways, so it's not in my way, but it gives you the ability to hang, and I hang my full backpack, like I carry a Mystery Ranch backpack, and I hang that on here. And then if I want to hang things like my binoculars, I have a binocular harness that I took the shoulder straps and everything off. And it clips right in here. So my binocular harness sits here with the lid open, so my binoculars are ready to go.
Rangefinder.
Quiver, rangefinder, binoculars, anything. Whatever. There's accessory positions all the way around. The nice thing about it, and this is our own design, if you don't have a backpack to kind of girth hitch and keep this tight, we've added this little cinch strap, comes over to a loop, and then you can tighten that down, and that gives you the tension so that all your accessory loops stay on the tree where you want them.
Accessible.
Another really, really big, like this is probably top 2 accessories I don't go in the woods without. I love my strap. The other big one, and this is more of a comfort thing for me, is our recliner. It's a back band.
Yeah, when I put that on before, it's just you can just lean back and
So it clips into your carabiner, and then by adjusting these, you're going to add that lumbar support that you can kind of lean into, and it gives you just something more to kind of take some weight off and do some things. It's not in the way. You'll notice when I grab my bow, as long as I keep my bridge and my strings parallel to or perpendicular to me, and I take that shot, none of these straps are in the way of my strings.
That's awesome.
So I've got the ability to do that. Now, if you're a little more concerned about it, it also doesn't take more than a second to just slide it down and out of the way. There's a tri-glide. You can loosen it, drop it out of the way. It's not going to be an issue at that point.
I mean, I think this is just, how much does the whole setup weigh?
The whole system, as far as weight, let's see, you're at 3 pounds, another pound here, a couple pounds for the rope. Call it 7 to 8 pounds all in.
Which is tremendously lighter than a tree stand.
Yeah. I mean, you still got to get up the tree, right? And everybody has their preferred method for that. Whether you have a setup where you've got screw-in steps or you've got strap-on sticks or whatever else. But that's a wash. Regardless of your hunting system, you're going to have that. But if you look at any other, traditional hang-on tree stands, you're at 10, 15, 20 pounds, and you have to go buy a hunter safety system harness to put with it. Here, I'm at 7 pounds, and I feel that I am safer and more comfortable than I would feel in that situation.
Which I think something like this would definitely benefit, like if you were at a hard-to-reach spot, going up on the top of a ridge, where you know you're going to be hot and sweaty by the time you get there, and you don't have to bring your stand, you just throw this in your backpack, boom, you're gone.
Well, and the beauty of it is, I don't have to look for a telephone pole tree for my climber, right?
Right.
I can go and I can get in a tree with a bunch of branches. I have to navigate the branches on the way up, but I can do it.
Right.
And then once I get up there, I left all those branches there for cover so that I'm actually benefiting from it. Whereas if I'm in a climber, I'm cutting all those branches off on the way up, and I'm standing there on a telephone pole.
Right. No, that makes total sense. All this stuff makes a lot of sense. I think it's just great. I think it's a great product, Ernie.
Hey, absolutely.
I really
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.